Figuring out who you are, it's not easy. That's why today we're talking about 6 possible signs, including ones that I've experienced myself, that may help you figure out if you're on the asexual spectrum. Whether you're exploring your own identity or seeking to understand someone else's, recognizing the signs of asexuality is a crucial step towards acceptance and inclusion. First off, let's clarify what asexuality means. Asexual individuals typically don't experience sexual attraction to others, or if they do, it's a little bit of it or it's infrequent. This doesn't mean that they can't have romantic relationships or even sexual relationships or feelings. It just means that their experience of sexual attraction doesn't fit the norm portrayed by society. Now, let's go over some possible signs that you might be asexual. Remember, everyone's journey is unique, so not all of these may apply to you. One sign could be a sense of surprise or confusion about how other people view, shall we say, doing it. For example, when I realized that other people consider doing it to be a normal, even essential part of life, I was genuinely taken aback. It just wasn't a big deal to me like it seemed to be for everyone else. I remember once sitting with a group of my friends, and one suggested we all take this online quiz about our sexual activities and interests and all of that. Just about everything on there freaked me out. I couldn't even believe it was real, much less the way that everyone else just calmly talked about it. I've never felt so lost. And that feeling stuck with me for weeks until I finally made the connection and learned more about asexuality. Another sign might be a general disinterest in sexual activities or conversations. Growing up, I often found myself feeling disconnected or sometimes even a little bit uninterested when friends or classmates would talk about crushes or sexual experiences. Especially that second part, half the time I thought they were kidding. It just didn't resonate with me. I didn't really want to see it either. I'd skip over those scenes in movies and really wasn't all that interested in health class to learn about it. That's not to say it's not interesting for every ace, though. It's just not interesting for me. Misunderstandings around doing it and sexuality in general can also be a sign. For me, I remember not fully grasping certain terms or concepts related to it because I simply didn't have much interest in learning about them. I remember in high school not picking up on some of the terms and sometimes getting them even mixed up. I usually just listened and entertained those talking about it so that they'd think I was interested. But the few times I did try to chime in, I was either making stuff up to fit in or sometimes getting things wrong and then just laughing it off. It wasn't until much later that I realized why. Another sign could be that other things like your interests, hobbies, and friends are higher prioritized for you. Like I said, not all aces are disinterested in the act of doing it, but for some, it could be that other things are just more interesting or take priority for them. You might also find that your ideal romantic relationship doesn't revolve around it. That's how it's been for me. I couldn't even picture doing it, even when I had a partner to picture doing it with. I also didn't understand that it wasn't the same for them. I didn't realize how much of the relationship hinged on it for them. Unfortunately, neither myself or my partners were very open about it in discussion. They thought I wanted it as badly as they did because, in their mind, why wouldn't I? And I thought they were perfectly fine without it because, based on my experiences, why would they want to do it? That disconnect made relationships difficult for me, and it's something I didn't recognize was an issue until much later on because no one said anything. Another sign could be that you recognize that people are attractive, but you don't want to physically, literally do anything with them. What you may be experiencing in that case could be another form of attraction, like aesthetic, where you recognize that someone is hot, but you don't have the hots for them. Now, speaking of attraction, asexuality isn't about not engaging in sexual activities. It's about experiencing little to no sexual attraction towards others. This can manifest in many various ways, such as not feeling the urge to pursue a sexual relationship with someone, but it doesn't mean that somebody doesn't want to do the thing. They might still want to and still be asexual. If any of these signs resonated with you, know that you're not alone. Exploring your own identity and understanding your feelings is a journey, and there's no rush to label yourself. Whether you identify as asexual or not, what matters most is being true to yourself and finding happiness on your own terms. Remember, identifying as asexual is valid and worthy of respect. If you're questioning your own identity, take your time to explore and understand your feelings. And if you're supporting someone who identifies as asexual, offer them your understanding and acceptance. Thanks for joining me today. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos on aro and ace identity, relationships, and everything in between. Let's continue to learn and grow together.